what happens when Nabi Isa alayhi salam returns to the world? You have to take the totality of data, both from the Quran and the Hadith. You have to sift that data to see what is fabricated and what is not. That demands great scholarship and insight, that you can handle the subject of when Nabi Isa alayhi salam returns. What is the event of the return? When he confronts Dajjal. The Prophet ﷺ has given us information that is golden information. In order for Nabi Isa ﷺ to return, and to return to his ummah, Allah has to first restore the ummah of Muhammad ﷺ. First of all, that has to be done before Nabi Isa ﷺ could come back. The ummah of Muhammad ﷺ had been divided by the enemy into 50-something different nation states. All of them have their own national anthem. All of them have their own flag. All of them have their own nationality. They all have their own constitution, their own governments. This is the nonsense that we have. And 99% of people accept it and follow it. When you try to teach to them, explain to them, no, this is not Islam. That we have to restore the Khilafah. They turn away, he's a terrorist. So it is only when Allah chooses to wipe away all this garbage, He chooses, they can't stop it. So all the garbage will be struck away, washed away, when Allah sends Imam al-Mahdi. And when Imam al-Mahdi comes, there's no more Pakistan and no more Afghanistan and Egypt and Tunisia and Algeria and Morocco and Turkey. Gone, finished, and no more Malaysia and Indonesia. Finished. When Imam al-Mahdi comes, no more constitution, no more flag, no more national anthem. All that garbage is gone. And there'll be one Khilafah state for this ummah, whether you like it or whether you don't, when Imam al-Mahdi comes. And my view, I can be wrong, is that that Khilafah state will have its headquarters in Mecca. This is the necessary step that must be achieved before the Messiah can return. Nabi Isa alayhi salam cannot return unless and until this is fixed, that this ummah has been restored to a Khilafah state led by Imam al-Mahdi. When that Khilafah state is restored, goodbye to Saudi Arabia. The kingdom of Saudi Arabia will return to the garbage bin from which it emerged in the first place. When Saudi Arabia is no longer Saudi Arabia, it is once again Jaziratul Arab. At that time, Israel will now be faced with its greatest threat ever in its history. The Israelis cannot allow a Khilafah state to be restored in Mecca. So Israel's response will be, we have to hunt down the Mahdi and kill him in order for Israel to survive. The Israeli army now launches a struggle to locate the Imam and then to kill him. So Israel launches a military operation. It's an invasion of Syria, of Sham. Total invasion of Syria, Sham. And the purpose of this invasion is to kill the Imam in order to destroy the Khilafah state. But Israel's invasion of Syria is for the purpose of killing the Mahdi and therefore destroying the Khilafah state. And Israel succeeds in cornering the Mahdi in Damascus. The Mahdi will be in a masjid in Damascus, and the Israeli armed forces surround the masjid with all their tanks and all their missiles. No escape. At the last moment, when the Imam is surrounded in the masjid, so Allah now, at that very moment, when the Imam is in the masjid, and the Israeli army is led by a Messiah. This is our Messiah, but we know it's Dajjal. We know it's Dajjal. But they say, no, he's the Messiah. At that last moment, Dajjal is outside, followed by 70,000 Jews from Isfahan, meaning a large armed force, a huge army. And the Imam is inside the masjid, and it is the time of the Salah. And at this moment, Nabi Muhammad ﷺ spoke as only a prophet could speak. At that very moment, when Israel is ready to destroy the Imam, that Allah sends back the Messiah. So the three most important actors in the world, the three most, are all there at the same place and at the same time. Only Muhammad ﷺ who could speak like this. That outside is the false Messiah, and inside is the Imam. And from the heavens come down the Messiah, Nabi Isa alayhi salam, after the Salah. He says, open the barricade, because the masjid is barricading. that the armed insurrection in Syria will never end until Jesus returns. That's the implication. He said, open the gates, and he'll come out. When he comes out, it'll be Nabi Isa, the Messiah. Only one man comes out of the masjid, not everybody. So the Israeli army, this huge army surrounding the masjid, will be looking to see only one man comes out. That's all. They'll be surprised. Is that all the military force you have? One man? Is this the Imam that we come to kill? The Israeli army is looking. But the Messiah, the false Messiah who is leading the army, when he sees this man who comes out, his heart is gripped with fear. And our Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, he said that he would melt like salt melts in water because of fear. Because he recognizes that this is the true Messiah and that he is the false Messiah. And he knows that this true Messiah is going to kill him. So guess what he does? He pulls out and he starts to run with fear gripped in his heart. Now then, can you imagine this scene? That the greatest military force in the world at that time is surrounding the masjid. Is the greatest military force in the world. The Israeli armed forces, they surrounded the masjid. This is our leader. We've been waiting for him for thousands of years. This is the Messiah. And only one man comes out and he starts to run. We can't understand that. We've got the Imam surrounded. There's no escape. How can he be running away from one man? The entire Israeli armed forces are going to be stunned, bewildered, confused. We can't understand why is our leader running away? And this man now starts running after him. Who is this man? One man. It is at that time that they will remember the words of Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. As one day Washington and London and Paris will also have to remember the words of Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. They will say, oh, now we understand. That man who came out of the masjid, that is the true Messiah. And this man who we recognize as the Messiah, this is the false Messiah, Dajjal. And that is what Muhammad ﷺ said, that he would run. And the true Messiah will follow him, pursue him, and eventually kill him. And then the Muslims will pursue them. And this prophecy will be fulfilled, that even the stones and the rocks will speak and say, "O Muslim, there's a Jew hiding behind me, come and kill him." No, Prophet Muhammad ﷺ did not prophesy going killing all Jews, not at all. The Jew who is an oppressor. And this is how history will end, with the Israeli army in a state of disarray, running in all directions, and the Muslims pursuing them to kill them.